Hello and welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to be going over the easiest, most simple way of how you can balance an equation in GCSE chemistry. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you come across the question is, in any colour of your choice, you're going to count how many of each element there are on each side. So for this, for the left hand side, which is the reactants, there's 2 Al2. So this big 2 means that everything after it is times by 2, and the smaller 2 just means there's 2 aluminums. So it would be 2 times 2, so there is 4 aluminum, and 2 times 3, so there's 6 oxygen. So this basically times is this smaller number. If there is no smaller number, it would just be 2 times 1. So if you imagine that 3 wasn't there, it would just be 2 times 1, which would just mean there was 2. But because we have the 3, it becomes 6. So over here, we only have 1 because there's no numbers. And here we have 3 times 2 again, which is 6. So now we have them all calculated. We need to look and see if we have any that are imbalanced. And we can straight away see that this is the aluminum, because on the left hand side, which is the reactants, we have 4 aluminum, and on the right hand, which is the products, we only have 1. So we have this box here now, which is telling us that from the start. So don't worry if your example doesn't give you that, because you don't need that box for this method, as long as you identify which is imbalanced, which you can tell because there's less of it. You won't need the box, but for this we need to make the aluminum 4, and to do that we'll need a big 4. That's all we'll do, because then this Al becomes 4Al, which means the 1 becomes 4, and there you are. That's as easy as it gets with balancing. I'm going to do a harder question now with the same method, but it will take a little bit longer. So this is an example of a harder question. Now, there's not much difference other than the addition of more boxes and more of these smaller numbers by the side. However, we're going to do the exact same thing and just start from the left-hand side again and calculate how many we have. So we're going to do it all the way over, and you can ignore these brackets, just pretend they aren't there, they're not important for balancing in this question. Okay, so now we have all of our elements. We can identify which ones need to be balanced, and by doing so we can then add the number in these boxes to balance it. So we're going to start over here, we're going to draw a line down the middle, and we can start with our first element of iron and then identify it over on the other side, and we can see that there's 2 on the left and only 1 on the right. So straight away we need this to become 2. This then becomes 2, but remember, the big number times is everything, so it also times is this, so this 3 becomes 6. So now we've just edited, if you like, the chlorine of the right hand side. We need to look at our chlorine on the left hand side, which is 1, and we made it over here 6, so this is going to be this is going to need to be a 6, which also edits the hydrogen. So now we can look at our hydrogen over on the right hand side, which is 2, however we need it to be 6. So to make this 6, we need to divide it. If you struggle with the maths of like quickly doing it, you can do 6, your number that you need it to be, divided by the number here. Divided by the number there, yeah, which is 3. If you struggle to do that in your head, then that is one way you can do it. So now this 3 times is this becomes 6, times this becomes 3. So now we're going to reevaluate, if you like, our numbers. But if we're confident that it's okay, which I am, we can actually finalize it by this is just to finalize, to check sort of if you've got the right amount on each side. So you're going to write out all your elements on each side. So you've got iron, oxygen, hydrogen, chlorine. Same on the other side, iron, oxygen, hydrogen, chlorine. And you're going to count each one. So 2 iron, 3 oxygen, 6 hydrogen, 6 chlorine. Over here we have 2 iron, 3 oxygen, 6 hydrogen, 6 chlorine. And that is it. It's as simple as that. And if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments and I will help you out. But other than that, if you do Spanish, then I recommend you check out my channel because that is what I mainly focus on. This is sort of a one-off. But yeah,